Speaking against the substitute, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman has the floor.
Thank you very much. If the members will look at the narrative on the bill history of 2313, you will find that the last time there was an economic impact or fiscal impact statement was February 4th. This is April 3rd, 2 months later. We still don't know what the amounts of money will be generated will be. And the only source I have is what is here in the internet narrative. This is very much like Washington, D.C., where they don't know what they're doing. You have to pass the bill to find out what you're doing and why you're doing it. Now, you also should look at this here because you're setting up future tax increases for which nobody has to go on record within any proximate time that the tax is increased. Why do I say that? Because in order to avoid some constitutional infirmities that were attended upon the initial passage of 2313, conditions were put in, thresholds were put in that matched certain administrative districts of the Commonwealth. Right now, 2 districts, administrative districts in the Commonwealth match this, one in Tidewater, one in Northern Virginia. Richmond right now meets one of the conditions for transit riders. When the Richmond area increases population to a certain point, at some point, this tax is going to be imposed. Who's going to announce that it's imposed? I don't know. Is it the controller? Is it the governor? There's no mechanism in here for doing this. Is it the Census Bureau, which will announce the results of the census? And if an area falls out of a population base, who announces or notifies that the tax disappears? It's very interesting, Mr. Speaker. A lot of us on this side of the aisle criticize Mr. Obama for putting a tax in his Affordable Care Act that affected homeowners who made $200,000 or more and whose house sold for $250,000 or more. They pay 3.48% on the excess of $250,000. We are taxing, Republicans are taxing a person who sells a $90,000 condominium in Northern Virginia if you make $20,000 a year. Mr. Obama is less avaricious and grasping of the taxpayers' money than the Republicans here are. That is very curious. Now, Mr. Speaker, you also have to understand or should be concerned that we are delegating more and more authority over more and more of the public purse to authorities which are virtually invisible to the public at large. The Northern Virginia Transportation Authority even has the ability to invest money in securities. If they can't spend it fast enough, this body at some point gave them the ability to do that. Nobody here can mention any, I think, mention 1 or 2 members of the NVTA in Northern Virginia, and I'm a state legislator. Most of you can't do that. How is this money going to be spent? It is unaccountable, and it is even unknowable right now as to what it will produce. We should be not going down this path, Mr. Speaker, because we are increasing. Somebody will say, oh, that happened 8 years ago. Surprise, this is not the kind of government that we should have. And in addition, in Northern Virginia, we're paying about 2.5 times more than anybody else in the Commonwealth for the same road that's produced. That is an unfair burden on Northern Virginia taxpayers, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, just to cause a little bit of a cloud on the horizon, I'm researching some cases. I think there is one long time ago where it says that parts of the Commonwealth cannot gang up on a smaller part of the Commonwealth to impose taxes. Thank you very much.